Hi, I'm Dr. Eurydice Seymour back at you to talk about the last free grant working workshop for 2023, which is December 17th, which is a Sunday from 4 o'clock p.m. to 5:30. We are at the end of the year, and I want to quickly thank our sponsor, the people that sponsored the 2023 free online grant writing workshop, which was Kathy McClure from McClure Publishing Company, Gwen McLeod from Solution, Rita McClendon, and myself. We have sponsored this workshop for 2023, and I want to thank my sponsors once again. And so, how did this free online grant workshop come about? Well, in 2022, I had received a grant, which was last year, from the city of Chicago. My daughter Rita was watching TV and she yelled out, "Ma, the city of Chicago is giving away grant to businesses." We was at the tail end of COVID ending, and they were providing funding grants up to $5,000 for businesses. So I went on, fill it out, and we was approved. Now, when you are working on a grant, try to uh, select a grant where you could do multiple things. Now, for that grant, I was able to put in operational expenses. Operation, which means it covered the rent, utility, inventory. You could pay the phone bill of the business with that. You can purchase equipment, buy supplies. You can hire professional services. Like you could use the money to hire an accountant, or use the money to hire someone to do a training or a workshop or some type of teaching. That is operational. So when I applied for the City of Chicago grant, I wanted it for operational purposes. Oh, also, almost forgot, salary. When you have a grant that's operational, that is funded for operation, you can also pay yourself and pay your staff. Whoo! Almost forgot that. So you see, I'm one of those entrepreneurs. I work whether there's money or not. I'm not confined. I just go. Just like that Energized Bunny they used to show on TV. I just go, 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 go. If you go, the money will come. If you go, there'll be a flow. Hey, talking from experience, not hearsay, what I found out for myself. So, anyway, I filled out the grant, requesting operational expense, and then they said, "What would you? Is there something special you would like to do?" And then they also have a section where they ask if you would do something. Would you give back to the community, and if so, how so? So I was like, So I'm like, okay, people always coming for me to write grants for them. And let me tell you a little secret. It's the truth. Uh, I started writing grants in 1985, and I'm a former Chicago public school teacher. And then at one time, I worked for a social service agency, I worked for a church, and I worked on grants. And then I worked other places. Just see, like every place that I worked, part of my job description was writing grants, or I will see a need and I'll bring it up to the power that be, and then I do a little research and find a grant on it, and I would write a grant. So, but when I got into business and started writing grants, I really didn't want to write grants for people. I really don't, because back in the day, it was very time consuming to write grants. Back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, we had manual typewriters, okay? And them joker was hard to press down that key. Then the electric typewriter comes, key to run off from you. Type too fast, or you go too slow with the manual. And the grants would be like narrative. You had this blank sheet of paper and you just had to type your ideas, what it is you want to do, the target population you want to serve, the activities, the services you're going to provide. And then you had to give a timeline. Then you had to do your methodology. Then you had to put in your evaluation to prove that you did what you said you were doing in the grant. So how would your service, your program be evaluated to show that you have achieved what it was you wanted to do? So back in the day, grant writing was a lot of work. It would take weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes a month or two to actually work on a grant. And the pages was anywhere from 40 to 40 pages and up. Then you had to send it, go to the post office, send it off, and you want somebody to sign for it so you can have proof that it was submitted. Then you had a deadline, or you could walk it in, and then they would want you to include in the original 5 to 6 copies, and that's for their review panel. So all they got to do is just read through your grant and then evaluate and determine if they are going to award you the grant. A lot of work, a whole lot of work. So our former president, Barack Obama, when he got into office and he saw all that a person had to go through, he saw the hoops nonprofit had to jump over and the wall they had to scale and climb to put a grant together and submit it. He's told them streamline. I'm not talking about what I heard. I'm talking about what I know. I had the opportunity to attend Health and Human Service Department in Chicago, Illinois. They held a meeting, and this meeting was right when our former president Barack Obama took office, and the director was there, and she was explaining that it was a new day and how grants was being submitted, and new format, everything. Well, the former president, Mr. Barack Obama, had told his administration, after he saw the red tape, and he said streamline the grants. Remember I told you sometimes grants will be 40, 50 pages or more. Well, they managed to get it down to 14 pages. He said streamline it and put it online. Put it up, make it easier for people to request grants. And they did so. So in our government doing it, then foundations and corporations and businesses and individuals and groups of people that wanted to award grant, they follow suit. So I have seen several grant applications that were just one page. But usually the average grant application. Small, I'm talking about the small one. Anywhere from 4 to maybe 5 pages. That's the average. But I have seen some 1-page grants application. So he's like, put it in an application format. So how this free online grant workshop, I was thinking about how it is so much easier to submit grants now, and the community needs to know it. So I wanted to reach out to as many people as possible. So I chose the Zoom format, and I chose Eventbrite to go that route, so that people could come on, local, national, and international. And I inform nonprofits, 2 other nonprofits who have contact to the East Lakeview community, which my business reside in, to reach out to them, post flyers. So I can receive up to 500 workshop participants. The most that we have had to register was 225. The average class size is anywhere from 30 to 50. I guess people fall off, they forget, even though Eventbrite sends notification before the class start, so many minutes before, after, the day of, and they kind of fell off. But anyway, I let the city of Chicago know in that grant that I wanted operational support, and I wanted to give back to the community by offering this free grant online workshop, which is a 1-day, 2 hours, where I explain how to do what is called small grants, also known as micro grants, how you can do those grants step by step. In the workshop, I talked about how you must be eligible. You either got to be a nonprofit or a for-profit. So you got to get your business structure together. You got to decide on which one. If you want to do both, if you want to have a nonprofit and a for-profit, my firm can help you set that up. And here's my information scrolling across the screen. And this is on YouTube. If you want to be a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification button. I have close to 100 videos on grants and non-for-profit information to help you if you just now starting in this venture. Okay, back to the class. It's only 1 day, 2 hours. I have had people to take the course, take the workshop, and they have gone on and they have gotten grants for their nonprofit and they for-profit. They call me up, hey, Dr. Moore, the information you shared was helpful. Now, if you're not able to attend for whatever reason, we will be more than happy to send you a replay, and you can study this as a guide. Okay. So once again, I am Dr. Eurydice Moore from Eurydice. We are MBE, WBE certified consulting firm. And we have other certification, which means we are eligible to pursue government contracting opportunities. And right now, we are a vendor with Sunshine Enterprise, listed under professional services. This is our first vendor, and we're very excited about it. And we're reaching out to other vending opportunity on the local, which means city, local, state, county, and the federal level. And we are looking for opportunity for partnership and collaboration. So feel free to contact me at the information that is screening across the screen, and contact my office. There's my email, there's my phone number, my YouTube channel, and then the website where you can fill out a contact form and reach out to me. Okay, I came on to announce that we are doing the last grant online free grant information workshop Sunday, December 17th, 2023 for this year. Back to the city of Chicago. So the city of Chicago approved for 2022, I was doing the workshop monthly. Every month I was doing the workshop, and we had 500 plus workshop participants for 2022. And now we are in 2023. I haven't did a count yet. We'll do a count before January 1st as to the number of registrant that we have received for the online free grant workshop. In this workshop, you learn so much. And then we are a 5-star Google rating business. And we have great reviews. And we work really, really hard for our clients. And we go above and beyond many times what is requested of us. And we have affordable rates. So you could come on. Now, I mentioned to you, when you want to apply for grant, you either got to be a nonprofit or a for-profit. It's okay to have both. But when you're applying for one or the other. And if you are a nonprofit and you need a 501c3, you can contact us at the information that's scrolling. We also do the 501c3. You must have that 501c3 for several reasons. People at the end of the year, if you have private contributors, private donors, businesses, whoever, to give you money, they are going to want a contribution letter so that they can show their accountant, their CPA, that they gave so they could get a tax break. It's all about a tax break. Is it mandatory for you to have the 501c3? Absolutely not. You don't have to have the 501c3. You really don't. But it's like a catch-22 situation, because in order to receive donation, they're going to ask you, do you have the 501c3? Then if you don't have the 501c3, any contribution that you get into the nonprofit, $600 and up, you are going to have to pay taxes on that. You're going to have to pay state and federal taxes. So to find out more about the importance of the 501c3, you need to contact me. I have a book that tells you, an ebook, the 14 different ways you could use the 501c3. Then I also have an ebook that said the 501c3 is more than grant. and how you can use the 501c3 to purchase free properties. I have that information. This is information that I have come about in my 30 plus years of operating this business that a lot of people don't know. A lot of people. So I have those ebooks. So contact me if you're interested in either of those ebooks, and I can see to you getting it. All right, what else I wanted to say? Shout out again to Kathy McCurr of McCurr Publishing Company, Gwen McLeod for solution to your business, and Rita McClendon. And then also we were sponsored for the 2023. So the city of Chicago awarded us with the grant. I'm telling you how we got started with doing the free online grant workshop. And we were doing it every month in 2022. So when 2023 rolled around, I decided to offer it quarterly. Reason being that my workload has increased, my responsibility have increased, and then I wanted to get off into government contracting, which required a lot of research. And then a lot of other things happened. So we decided to offer it quarterly, and it seemed to work better quarterly. So for 2024, we will be doing the free online grant workshop again, but it's going to start back up in February 2024. And we are looking for sponsors. Please don't just be a taker, be a giver too. If this consulting firm has helped you in any way, if I have helped you any way personally, please consider the contribution. Okay, please consider being a sponsor. I also have a nonprofit called Eurydice Community Outreach Project, better known as ECOP, and we were funded by 48 in 48. And we were funded by the Awesome Foundation. And I have a video coming out to talk about those two funders, but that's on the non-for-profit side. Remember, I said you could have a non-for-profit or a for-profit, or you could do both. Well, we're doing both. Myself and the board and the team, we're doing both. So I'm going to talk about those two grants that we was recipient of. And we just concluded the Awesome Foundation this month. We fulfilled what we said we were going to do, I think, October 27th, the last Friday of this month. We finished up that grant. So I'm going to talk about that grant in another video and what's required. So once again, I want to invite you out to the last free online grant workshop. It is a Zoom format through Eventbrite. Come on, this is the last one. The next one will be 2024, but starting up in February. So if you are interested in being a sponsor, here's my information. If you are interested in attending a workshop, there's my information as well. This is online. Everybody can't travel to a destination. It might be too far. Or, from my understanding, COVID is back on the rise. So you want to protect yourself. So why not online? The good thing about doing this online grant workshop with me, you will get a copy of the presentation, and as a gift to you, you get a copy of the presentation, and you can sign up for a free 15-minute consultation with me where I will talk about your project, whether it will fly or die. Okay, I'll let you know if it's believable, fundable, feasible. Okay, contact me. That's my information there. You could call me at 773-544-5341, 773-544-5341. I'm going to say it one more time, 773-544-5341. Contact me. You can text me. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm on all the social media. You can message me, text me, you can email me, you can phone me, reach out to me so that myself, the board member, and the team can help you reach your destination, reach your goal for your nonprofit or for profit, because we write grant for both. And we have received grant for our for-profit and nonprofit. So that's the information I have to share with you today. Now, what are you going to do with it? God bless, Godspeed.